What's up, everybody? It's Realistic with Realistic Productions doing another tutorial for SoundOracle.net. And what we're going to go over today is some parallel compression. Now, this is one of my favorite ways to be able to get things to punch through the mix better as far as drums and vocals. It's a little bit more advanced form of compression, so if you're not totally familiar how compressors work and haven't checked out my tutorial on compressors, you should watch that first. But if you have, let's dive in and really get things punching through the mix.
All right, so I got Pro Tools open up here, and we're going to go over parallel compression. This is going to be a really fast one. There's really not much to this, but it's just a really cool trick. As always, if you haven't already, pull up your DAW and do this with me. You'll find that you're going to learn a lot more if you do it with me. And if you don't fully understand compression yet, or you haven't really dove into any compressors, you should actually save this for later until you do understand compressors. But once you do, this is an awesome trick. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually duplicate the signal of our original source, and we're going to use this parallel compression. And it's really awesome for drums, vocals, or just anything that you want to have give an extra punch. And we're going to be able to go overboard with it, which is kind of fun, but it's going to sound kind of bad at first. Now, there's like so many ways to do parallel compression. Some people will make a send. This is actually how I do it. I won't do it for the video today because I want to do a different way that's a little more visual. But I like this way because it saves you on CPU and storage because you're not duplicating two audio files here. That's one way, and some people will just set their send level to 0 and then they'll control their actual aux channel here. That's how I usually do it. Some people will control it here. I do like to have this set to 0 though, instead, and then turn it here. That way I can just control the overall volume after I get it to how I want instead of having to control what it's being sent to. Some people put it to pre-fader, their send. That way, if they change anything right here on their original signal, as far as volume, it won't affect that. And so those are some ways, and I think they're really good. The way that I'm going to actually do this, though, I'm going to duplicate the track just so we can see it more visual. And so we got this kick drum, so let's listen to it. Sounds pretty good, but I want it to just be a little bit punchier and cut through a little bit more. Let's listen to it by itself. Yeah, sounds good, but we can just do some things to make it a little bit punchier. So we're going to go to our duplicated track, and we're going to just go overboard with the compression. And you can hear it's like really aggressive. It's like overdoing it. It doesn't actually even sound that good, but it's not going to be our original signal, so it's okay that it doesn't sound that awesome. It is going to sound pretty cool though when it's blended in. So let's go ahead and mix that in with the original signal here. Here's without it. Yeah, you can instantly hear that it punches through. It's got a little bit more thump to it. It cuts through a lot because of that extra little action going on with the transients here. So let's listen to it in the mix. Yeah, we can hear that it really helps things punch through a little bit more. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go over to the bridge of this song. It switches up a little bit, and do some parallel compression on the vocals. And I'm gonna choose this area because I feel like the bridge could just use a little bit extra punch to it. So I've already gone ahead and duplicated it. I actually just committed it so I could have all this effects on it because the singer had like a phaser and some auto tune on their voice. Yeah, I'll go ahead and play. I'll lead into it, and we can hear that the vocals could use just a little bit more punch to it.
Wanna fucking please right now. Pull up the circuits, back up the curtains. I feel so worthless.
Yeah, it's a pretty good vocal take there. Could just use a little bit of a punch to it. So we'll do the same thing. We'll just kind of overdo it here with the parallel compression.
Pull up the circuits, back up the curtains. I feel so worthless. Pull up the circuits, back up the curtains. I feel so worthless. Pull up the circuits, back up the curtains. Pull up the circuits, back up the curtains. I feel so worthless.
And here's without it.
Pull up the circuits, back up the curtains.
And with it.
I feel so worthless.
Yeah, so we've really pushed that down. I'm actually going to do a little bit more just to really exaggerate this.
Pull up the circuits, back up the curtains. I feel so worthless.
Yeah, and now we're going to blend it in with our original source.
Pull up the circuits, back up the curtains. I feel so worthless. Where is my life at? I gotta fight back. I need an angel. Where is my life at? I gotta fight back. I need an angel. Where is my life at? I gotta fight back. I need an angel.
Yeah, we can hear that it's a lot more, it cuts through a little bit more, it's thicker. And yeah, so that's parallel compression. Really easy. It's an awesome trick to use for your drums or vocals. So go ahead and try it out and see if it kind of helps things punch a little bit more and give your songs a little bit more of a bump to
Those
it.
are the steps that I normally take to do parallel compression. As you saw, it was a fairly easy process. All I really did was duplicate the track, and then I threw a compressor on the duplicated track, and we got a little aggressive with the threshold, the ratio, the attack and release, and we just kind of created this really squished down pumping kind of sound, and then we slowly blended it in, and that created the drums and the vocals that we used it on to just cut through a little bit more, and they sounded a little bit thicker and they had a nice punch to it. So hopefully it's a trick that you're able to use for your productions or your mixes to help things punch through a little bit more. And hey, if you're liking these videos, seriously, feel free to comment below. Let us know what kind of tutorials you'd like to see us do in the future, and we'll definitely make those happen. And if you haven't already, you can find me on all platforms at Realistic Productions. You can always find me on the web at realisticproductions.net. And if you're looking for the best loops and samples to really just set your productions over the top, go over to SoundOracle.net. You can also find SoundOracle on all platforms at SoundOracle. All right, till next time.